I try to be a bit quiet, but some out of the moment, out of the spur moment, just make a live video. But we're back with the Rebel Chumps channel. Um, I had a good break, and I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted and how I wanted going forward, and I did not really want to give up on the YouTube channel per se, and I enjoy making videos, I enjoy being making live streams and whatnot, and yeah, let me see, am I actually live or not? I would like to see, am I live? Are we live? Are we? Are we live? I don't know if I'm live on the right YouTube channel. Is that horrible or what? Let me check. Sorry guys. Yes, no. What? Yes, we're live. Okay, it's good. Okay, nice. So thank you. Yes. Haha, awesome. So I'm super excited for this because for a long period of time I just needed a massive break, because the way how it went with the YouTube channel and the time that I invested, and my work, personal life situation, financially, it was just a massive strain, and I just got worn out. With making the YouTube content. I didn't really enjoy making it, and I had a really long thought, like how would I like to make content then, like what makes me happy to make YouTube content, how can I fix that for myself. So I find a way now, and going forward we're gonna do that in this way. So a few things, I will be making weekly live streams. I'm gonna focus on the live streams, and we're gonna talk about Star Wars news, toy news. It will be really revolving about the live streams, and complementary things like this, custom lightsabers, they will come, but it can't be my main drive, because if it's this only my main drive on this YouTube channel, I just get burned out by it. I want to keep it enjoyable. So that being said, we're gonna focus mainly on everything Star Wars, and we're gonna have these live chats, because I really enjoy interacting with you guys. I really miss that. There's a few things that I'm not gonna do anymore. Live gaming, not gonna happen. I'm a poor gamer. The streaming setup, I'm using my old iPhone now, and there's a few reasons for that. But we're gonna use the newest iPhone, whatever that comes out in a couple of months, and we're gonna use that as the streaming camera setup. And then I use a nice microphone, and I have some streaming software that I will be using, and I'm gonna use a laptop. Instead of this big gaming machine, I'm gonna use an iMac Pro or MacBook Pro, so I can actually do these live streams from any given position, whereabout. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm gonna do these live streams um, whenever the location suits us. I also will be streaming. Hey, how you doing, Roger? Long time no see. I will be using these kind of things for this live streams. These are iPhone to LAN adapter, so we get a better connection. I'm using the Wi-Fi now. Looks like this particular adapter that I tested some live streams with is broken, because recently I started to very intensively doing a lot of tests for live streams with different apps. I'm now using the YouTube Live app, which I'm not going to use in the future. You guys will see that it will be pretty nice with a lot of different features, but I'm just testing out various stuff, because I'm not going to use the big DSLR cameras anymore. Although the image quality, etc., for making review videos is beautiful, it's just too cumbersome, too much work for me, and I just want to have the editing quick and nicely. That being said, I'm almost about to move back to Holland, so I've been talking about for that for a time. Hey, how you doing? Nice for tuning in. So I'm gonna move back to Holland, as you guys know, in June. End of June, I'm officially moving back. I have 2 more weeks to go on my work, then I have a 2-month break, and then I'm gonna be settling in Holland after living here in Hong Kong for 10 years. That will have a massive change in my life, and the space that we have going forward. Like I can have a small studio where I can have my proper live streams. I have a nice backdrop with all kinds of toys and collectibles and lightsabers. It's lots more enjoyable for me as well than sitting here in a bed bunk, and it's just far from ideal situation. I'm using the front camera on the phone. I'm not happy with that, so we're gonna all fix that with the new iPhone. I mean, it will be a lot better than what you see now. To keep this live stream also a bit on topic, not only about the channel, I also start picking up these kind of things, and these are the Bandai model kits, and actually these ones don't seem to be very popular here in Hong Kong, so I'm be picking them up for let's say 50% off than what they're retail normally. So normally this one will be around 50 US dollar. I picked them up at around 25 US dollar, and I picked a whole bunch of them. I think I have a total of 12 or 13 different 112 scale figures from Bandai. They're basically in between the Hasbro Black Series figures and in between the Figure Arts figures, which are pretty expensive. Those cost around 50 to 70 US dollar per figure. These ones, with a discount of course, cost me around 10 to 25 US dollar. This is a big one. This is of course Grievous. This is a big chunky figure, but it's a model kit, so you have to build it yourself, and that's the kind of stuff I'm now really interested in actually start doing the model kits, start in getting into painting and customizations, because these figures are very articulated and very detailed. That is a drive for me, and the cost is not that expensive either. Other things I'm gonna focus on this YouTube. Yeah, just collecting myself. I think I have a total of 13 different figures now. Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, a whole bunch of them. They're really cool, and so if you're interested, and know that Roger lives in Hong Kong as well, in Tai Co shopping mall, there's I forgot their name of it. They have them now for sale for half the price, so it's pretty good deal actually. So I joined some Facebook groups regarding modeling, so I'm gonna get into it. So in Holland I'm gonna start doing that, and yeah, attract hopefully some people that are interested in modeling as well, and then do that during the live streams, painting that stuff, putting them together, and just talk and have fun and talk about lightsabers and lightsaber news, Star Wars news. Especially now is the perfect time, of course, because there's so much stuff happened regarding Star Wars. It's unbelievable. It's insane. So there's a lot of material for easily the next year or so in terms of Star Wars. So and another thing I said about joining the Facebook groups for this, at the same time I also gonna distance myself more from social media, because what I did with this YouTube channel is I took too much hay on my fork. I wanted too much. I wanted to obtain this YouTube channel. I had a Facebook group, the Lightsaber Club, which is also a lightsaber related Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And it was just too much for me. I'm not a social media guy. I didn't want to really spend a lot of my little spare time that I have on just updating myself with all those groups and reply to all the messages. It was too much work. So what I'm going to focus on now is on this YouTube channel, make the video content, do the lightsaber reviews whenever that opportunity arises. I still have to review this one, by the way. This is so awesome. This is the Vader's Full Blade Master Shoto, customized, really beautiful lightsaber. Well, we get that in a different video. So this will be the setup going forward. So picture this, just us talking about Star Wars, lightsabers, model kits, toys, and other nerdy shit that comes up that is just fun to talk about, and just have a good time. The live streams that I will be doing, will be live stream to Twitch, because I will be doing a lot of focus on Twitch, and not because I want to get back into the gaming, because I'm a bad gamer. It was horrible to watch. I always had issues with streaming not going well, and so I don't want to do any of that hustle anymore. So we're gonna focus on Twitch for IRL streams, which is basically what I'm doing now. Twitch also allows that. So Twitch actually allows a lot higher quality for the live streams with the same phone and the same camera, etc. It's insane. The quality on Twitch is much better than on YouTube. But of course we will do the live stream at the same time to YouTube, and then cross-platform have the chat coming up, so people on Twitch can see the YouTube comments and vice versa and stuff. So we can actually communicate. So if you prefer to be on Facebook, you can see the live stream and just chat along. If you like it on YouTube or Twitch, you can choose that. So the focus is not only YouTube, because I had a I just gonna be honest, I said that before in my previous farewell video, that I had issues with monetization. YouTube fixed that, so the monetization is on again, and I don't know what happened, to be honest. For some reason it was stopped for several months. I don't know, it's kind of annoying now, but it's on now, so it helps a little bit as well. And you got some questions here, so let me get that answered. Now for now you can't see it in the live screen as well, but I actually have an application ready, tested, and it works perfectly fine with your guys' chat. So going forward in the live chat, you will directly also see it in screen, which is really awesome, of course. Okay, so to answer some questions, do you think the upcoming Star Wars Episode 9 is gonna be a good one? I know for sure it will be a good one. Yeah. With Episode 8, I was from the get-go, I was worried about it not gonna live up to any of my expectations, which it did not. But at the same time, now I've seen the trailer teaser from Episode 9, I think I'm gonna like Episode 8. Now I currently, in this current state, I absolutely hate it, I dread it, because my beloved Luke Skywalker is dead, etc. And if Episode 9 is good, it can carry for me Episode 8 and all the flaws that I think are in Episode 8. And then I actually will appreciate it, and then I will actually like that movie. But for now, I cannot watch it, and that's because Luke Skywalker died, etc. And it's just really hard for me to watch. There's something in there that my body and my mind say, no, I don't want to see that. Because it comes too close to home, right? Real life, the lines blur, because you have such an investment in those characters, and an emotional investment over the many years with, for example, the fictional character like Luke Skywalker. Just that a lot of people have that with any different character or movie or franchise. But I think once Episode 9 comes out, it will explain a lot of things. I think they're not making any mistakes with this movie. They explain a lot of situations, and then I'm gonna really appreciate Episode 8, and I just don't see it as a dreadful thing anymore, and I will celebrate stuff. So I think it's really gonna yeah, it's gonna really fix the Last Jedi for me. The Spider-Man fan Anakin Skywalker says, hey, can I see your ultimate Yoda lightsaber? I don't have any lightsabers here anymore besides this one. A lot of the stuff I have in terms of lightsabers I already shipped in boxes back to Holland. All the stuff that I have now will be hand carry, and this is one of my latest lightsabers that I have, so I will hand carry this one, minus the battery, of course, back to Holland. And there's a few more lightsabers. Now we're actually talking about lightsabers. Now we're talking about it. There's a few lightsabers that I really want to pick up reasonably. I don't have the funding at the moment. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Moving the house will be extremely expensive. I also gonna purchase a house when I move to Holland, so there will be funding focus on where the money goes. But I really want to get myself the Ventress Hilt run from what's the name of that company? Sorry, one moment. Watto's Junkyard. based in Germany. But I have to say I was a bit surprised with that particular lightsaber run is 7/8 inch instead of 1 inch blade holder. So I'm a little bit on the fence of that, because I really don't like 7/8 inch on the Ventress hilt. That it's a really, it's a thin blade, and it just doesn't fit on that particular hilt. It does fit on some Star Wars Rebels hilts because it had the aesthetic in the cartoon, but it didn't have that in Rebels. So I in Star Wars the Clone Wars. So I don't think 7/8 inch works with that hilt. Also, the price is a bit high for what I expected it to be. It's $600 per empty hilt. That is a big chunk of money. So I'm still contemplating. And then Kaizen Sabers comes with the new what is it? The new version of Kanan lightsaber, Kanan Jarrus, and then of course also the one from Sabermach. Really beautiful lightsabers. I really want to pick them up, but I currently don't have $700-800 lying around for picking those sabers up, so I'm not in a hurry. So I have to I have to think about that. And of course the new Revanite, or is it a Revanist from Vader's Vault? I mean, that's a must-have as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff that I want, but money-wise, that will be, in this moment, is not going to be wise to make any investments. I said before, I actually had some I spent so much money on these lightsabers before that I actually had a debt with my credit card company, so I had to pay those off first, which we finally did. So to keep the wife happy, I'm not no. So I'm already pulling a little bit to see how far I can go. That's why I picked up a whole bunch of these ones, because I never thought I would be getting into model kits, and I was like, I saw them and it was on the spur of the moment. They were discounted, like, you know what? I saw them on the Comic-Con in Singapore and they looked so good. In the flash, they look so good. So I like, let's do it. So yeah, these kind of things, like that is something I definitely want to continue with. Lightsabers, definitely I will each year, every year I will buy at least 1 or 2 lightsabers. Will it be the same as before, 25 to 30 between 25 and 50 lightsabers? No, probably not. Not in the short moment. I also have a baby son that has been born 4 months ago, and now with the upcoming move, we first have to live with my mom for a few months, and then we're gonna hopefully move into our own house as soon as I found my job there, get a loan from the bank, and yeah, we're gonna get that done. So fingers crossed everything goes well and we don't have to rent a house and waste money on that the first year. So yeah, very excited for that. And in general as well, I was just getting back for a second to this whole we are back. When I made that video that I stopped, I actually had a time period where I was like weirdly emotional about the stuff that we have achieved so far, like the YouTube channel and the Facebook group, and I dropped it. I just had to drop it. I just had to disappear for a while. Hence my constant YouTube renames as well, my Facebook renames. I just had a time period in my life a couple of months ago that it was just tough, because we needed to arrange everything for moving back and nothing was really set in stone yet. Get the new baby boy, and it was overall, together with the fact that I just had so much debt that I need to pay back to my bank to pay off the money that I bought lightsabers from, and not being able to continue that workflow of just buying lightsabers and review them like that. Yeah, that really it ate on me. I was also just I just didn't know like the direction I wanted to go into it. with myself and this YouTube channel, like is that my purpose, just buying the lightsabers to review, or am I making these videos because I enjoy it and I just want to do stuff related to Star Wars? And that is what I concluded. That is what I want. I want to be with you guys, talk. So even if there's no monetization as YouTube monetization, if there's any issues, I just want to be able to make content, and it's hassle free. I'm not gonna spend 3 hours 4 hours every weekend going out to the hiking trails, making video footage, come back, spend another few hours to edit the video, upload it, etc. And it was just stressful. So revising the plan, I simplify it and make it enjoyable. So we have some comments, including some comments that has been filtered out. So I have an idea who that is. So we're gonna answer those questions. I see a whole bunch of people say hey. So hey, back to you guys. No, I cannot take batteries with me in hand carry, unless it's in a laptop or in your phone. But if it's like a lithium-ion battery that's just loose, they probably confiscate that. Spider-Man says, I'm getting Anakin Rod's Ultimate Works lightsaber when I got my own place. Nice. Sweet saber. I was surprised. Recently, Ultimate Works have been pushing out a lot of awesome lightsabers. It's really dope. Let me see. Xavier says, hope everything goes well with the move. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do hope so as well. Well, most of the boxes have been shipped out, over the past period, several months. So I just shipped them in regular boxes by regular post, by overseas. So it always takes 2-3 months before a box is received by my mom at her shop, and it's cheaper than sending it in a sea container, because otherwise I have to pay tax on it, and then we have to ship everything in one go. Now we could take our time and just do it in bits and pieces. But most of my stuff is now either on its way to Holland or already arrived, so I have almost nothing here. No more Star Wars toys, no more this, that. There's almost nothing left here. Bonnie Loy says, Lux Sabers will have a run of that saber. You mean the Ventress hilt? I didn't know that. If that's the case, I have to check it out. Roger says, take care and wishing all the best for you and your family going back to Holland. Thank you very much, bro. Next comments is filtered, so let me remove the filter. He said, hey there, Dutch fuckface. Nah, I know who's that, Mike. Actually, my son is actually still talking about Mike every time about a pussycat. So thank you very much, Mike. He always says out loud something about pussycats, and then I have to say, well, what do you mean? Oh, that's what Mike said. Yeah, that's true. So you remembered our Fortnite adventures. How you doing, man? Long time no spoken. Roger says, you got any friends or relatives to help you out back in Holland? Yep. So I got my mom living there, and we're gonna live with her in our house, because it's just convenience. When we go back, we have nothing, and if you don't have anything, it's normal in most countries, but you cannot rent a house without a steady job income. You cannot get a job without having a home where you can because otherwise you cannot get a bank account. So it's like a catch-all. Like, you need to have this and this in place in order to achieve the this and this and that. So I need to have a house where I can have an address where I can write my name. I need a bank account, I need a job, and then the house. It smells like weed here, but it's maybe the neighbor. It's weird. It smells funky here. I will be moving to the south of Holland, so it's actually nearing Belgium. It's not really near Belgium, but it's in the direction of Belgium. So if you have Holland here, so this the whole thing between my fingers is Holland. It's somewhere near the bottom, so it's called Zeeland, near Zeeland. Ventress, ooh, I have to check that out, because if it's a Ventress hilt, I really want to have my own pair of Ventress hilts. That is like the ultimate lightsaber for me. I just love Ventress as a character. I think he's super badass. Said that before. but I really want to have my own set of Fenris, but at 600 US dollar per piece, that's really expensive. Now the Solus Hold one was much more expensive. I think it was somewhere between 1,000 or 2,000 US dollar for the pair. um, I don't want to spend that kind of figures on empty hilts. That is something that I say no. That's too much, because for let's say 600 US dollar, put it in retrospective, I can get a probably almost a NeoPixel powered lightsaber from Vader's Vault. Let's say the lowest entry hilt from Vader's Vault with NeoPixel, probably still less than 600 US dollar with all the electronics in there, etc. So for just an empty hilt, I'm sorry, I that's a bit where I say no. That's just too much for me, unless there's some discount or something. But hey, but most of these sabersmiths are making small runs. They don't give discounts. It's costing them too much money. Their margins are not that great for them. um, I will move to a place called, well, actually I don't know yet, depending if we can get a loan from the bank to buy the house, but we will find that after a few months, after I get the job there. But it's south of Holland, so you have to think an area about let me type it out for you guys, because if I say it, then it doesn't come across. Where's my chat? It's called Spijkenisse. Spijkenisse. So that is around the area. That's the area we will be living in. It can be 15-20 km different ratio, but it's an approximate. Okay, cool. So I definitely have to check out that Fenris run then, because hopefully that's not as expensive. Otto says, "Hey there, Jay. How you doing?" Mike says he went to a rough time as well. Oh, okay. Take care, man. Quit the Rebel Legion for a while, and then on top of it. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Take care. If you need somebody to talk about that kind of stuff, let me know. I've been also in that situation before, a couple of years ago. Twice, actually. My own dad and my stepdad. So, double price. But take care. Seriously, I know that can be really rough. So if you need somebody to talk to, let me know. And I still remember you told me about your cats as well a while ago. So yeah, that's super. That's compared to me. I have nothing compared to you. That's just take care. Yeah. So let me know. Let me know. You have my Facebook, right? Jedi said awesome. Yeah, thank you very much, Jedi. So yeah. Uh, it took a long while to decide on like how I wanted to get back, if I want to get back into making the videos, because I mean I really felt stuck. Like I was like, the only thing I can move forward with this YouTube channel is if I make this kind of content by reviewing this kind of stuff, because that's the origin, where the YouTube originated from, making these videos. That's where it started with. And I just felt like I'm stuck. And yeah, with the whole financial situation, the fact that I'm moving back, honestly I also didn't really like the job I was doing, because I chose that job because I wanted to move back to Holland a year ago already, but then we were expecting a second baby, and then we stayed for another year, and it just had so much negative feelings in my head. That's like I just felt like I'm feel choked out here in Hong Kong. It's a small house. I don't have my space. I just wanna work on quality content, and at the same time I also want to spend time with my kids. I want to do other stuff besides spending 2-3 hours on editing videos, etc. So I was like, what I want to do, what I really want to do. So I figured it out, and I really, as the red line, I always really enjoyed making the live streams and chit-chatting with you guys, and still of course make some reviews from time to time, and do this kind of stuff, and definitely keep it on the Star Wars track. Like getting some Black Series figures and whatnot, and just talk about the silly stuff and silliness of Star Wars, and the cool stuff of the new movies that are coming in, the Mandalorian show, the upcoming Fallen Jedi lights game, all that stuff. Um, oh, oh, sorry. I put together two ASP hilts as a dark side version of Ashoka Clone Wars era hilts, but the curved parts I'm about to break out into sharing. Ah, nice. Ooh, sweet. You have some pictures of that or a video of that? That would be awesome. Mike says, I think you removed me from Facebook. Oh, actually, I went through several Facebook accounts. What happened was the original one that I used before is gone. That Facebook was gone. I believe it used some. I used my real name, and I didn't. I told before I'm not really keen on using my real name in social media. Because people like colleagues etc will look you up, or if you do an interview for a job, and then so a recruiter will just do this and find your name and can see everything what you do, what your hobbies are, how you look like in the weekend, what you say on Facebook, all that kind of stuff. And I like to have my personal time as quality time, and I do whatever I want, but I don't have to worry about my profession etc because my real name is associated, and then they can see it, and I just don't like that. So I have this weird ass name now that I made up, random name, and just I keep a few people in there because I added some family members. I'm not sure if you're in there, Mike, otherwise I sent you a message after that. I will add you, but yeah, most social media I am gonna refrain from. I also noticed that I am a sucker for getting sucked into discussions and all kinds of bad stuff. Like it's very easy for me to get into a heated conversation and throw the internet poop basically at people. Um, it's a very addictive thing, and I think a lot of people suffer from that. It's just people just like to have all kinds of opinions, and they're not willing to change their opinion or be open to listen, etc. I am try to refrain from that. So there's also been a few months where I just completely went off the Facebook. So after my original Facebook, I went on black for a couple of months. I just used the Apple Watch that I'm now charging, and no iPhone, etc. And it's perfect. But because I moving back to Holland, I actually went back a bit again and started using WhatsApp to talk to the family because it's just way easier to communicate. So I'm a bit back on that whole social media, but I still really hate it. It's way too easy for me to get drawn into that kind of stuff and basically being an asshole against other people, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to actually be involved in all those kind of stuff. Like it's so meaningless. It's discussions like I don't know. I just need to close my mouth and just let it go and just look at the pictures and then just don't have to participate. But it's hard not to participate. So yeah. Let's see. Maybe you and your kids become Fortnite games on the minute. Yeah, I thought about it. The thing is, I don't enjoy most games myself. Like I enjoyed playing together, like with you guys before. That was awesome. But if it's just me or my son playing, I don't know. I just feel boring with it. I didn't like it as much because I never really experienced it before. So when I tried it, I actually felt like I'm not really playing the game fully to the full extension. I'm just too conscious about what I'm doing and what I'm saying, so I can't just enjoy the game how I want to. If I just want to play 10 minutes and then go watch some YouTube and after go play another 10 minutes, you can't do that with live stream. You need to keep making the video. So I felt like that is not really my thing. Like for example, I used to be an IT manager. I did that for a few years, and I came to the conclusion that's not my thing. I'm not an IT manager. It's just not my thing, and that's also what I felt like doing this. And like I like playing games, but it's just not my thing. So I'm not a good gamer as well. So you guys know that, you have seen that. It just I'm just suck at it. It just no. This is not enjoyable to watch somebody that sucks at playing games. It's not. But what I did learn is in this last couple of months, I watched. I, I I got into Twitch. Like I wanted to understand what Twitch was and why it attracts and how this works, etc. Um, so many people, and uh, a lot of the majority of the people that watch it are in there for the games, but there's also a whole bunch of people that are game related. They were like the live streamers, but they moving into the IRL segment of it, just like we're doing now, chit chat talking, because they feel much more interested in that. And there's a really big Twitch streamer called Asmongold. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but he's like a Twitch streamer for a game called World of Warcraft. Everybody knows World of Warcraft, and he did that for a long time, and he actually recently stopped for a period. I think he maybe just got in back into it again, but I watched him and I'm got so engaged watching him, and the way how he just talks and people interact with him, and it was a lot of fun actually to see, and I learned a lot. Like that is actually more enjoyable to watch and participate in, and just talk random trash and just do silly stuff than the actual game. So that's why I'm also like I'm not really a gamer, but I do want like to enjoy watching people and discussing things with them instead. Um, if you never saw him, I'm not so sure if you get into him. He if you see him, you definitely know that's a World of Warcraft gamer. But he's actually pretty cool. He's a very interesting character. Um, if you poke through the initial stages of his character, his stream character. Um, some more questions. Laguna says, well done on deciding you approach things and putting your family first. It's easy to be swept into the negative of the Saber world, to be honest. Yeah, that is also the big thing that not only the social media, but if you get really into something, maybe it's just me, but if I get something, I get really invested. Like I got really invested in lightsabers, and I got to a point that I was so invested that yeah, it's really hard to take some criticism at some point, but also you start to really see a pattern, like newbies coming in and they just think they know everything and they try to rectify you, or all the negativity in this hobby, the trash talking, etc. And I also became part of that trash talking. I recently had a bit of a trash talk, to be honest. I'm just gonna be straight, you guys might have seen it, but I was trash talking Dart Alice a bit. But that it's the negativity of things that draw something out of you. Like you're so invested, and then uh, um, you want to have your opinion heard, and the problem is it's now really sketchy on the internet. If you having an opinion different than the majority, then you're by default the bad person. You're the Nazi, or you're the out. You're bad. Your opinion. If you did not like something and you just say, "Hey, I didn't like that. I think it was shit," then you're the bad person. You should not belong in this group, and that upsets me. And then I'm like I lock down into that, and then I don't know, get consumed by that. So I just have to get away from that. It's really toxic, social media. It really is. Um, it's hard to really completely stay off it, because it's an information source. but I also stopped watching the news. So one thing I did, and I really sincerely feel it helps me. I stopped watching the news on TV. I already did not watch the news for I think 5 6 months now, and I was looking at 9gag. If you know 9gag, you have the funny pictures. Through 9gag is the only way I found out that, for example, now in the Notre Dame in France, the church building, the whole roof has been burned down. I would not know that. I had no idea. Um, Even then, I think maybe I should also avoid like things like 9gag, because there's a lot of political stuff there as well. I try to really get my way out of that crap. Um, so yeah, I'm really trying to take a step back. So I just focus on making the content on Twitch, on YouTube, not so much on Facebook, but I will be live streaming to Facebook, but I will not post anything to Facebook anymore. No more pictures, no more. I won't be engaging there. No Twitch, no Instagram. I, 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 I don't see the point anymore. And also, that also leads to the fact I also try, because I was like thinking the really typical YouTube mindset, like the cookie cutter stuff, like, oh, you want to monetize your YouTube content, you want to have your say fund me or Patreon, you want to have your own merchandise or your own web shop. As soon as I opened the web shop, I saw the few lightsabers, I was like, this is not for me. Not for me. I don't want to change this into a job. I don't want to change this into a job. I really don't want to. I'm already so busy at my work. I have my kids. I don't have the time for all that stuff. So I decided just to stop all that and just get rid of that. It was too much. I wanted too much. I was I don't know. It's just too much, and it's not what I wanted. Um, so yeah. Otto says, I'm with you. 100%. Social media needs a big hawk. It's a struggle to communicate online. Yeah. It's really tough, and now especially also with Star Wars and all the new stuff coming out, and it's really hard situation, because yes, you're very happy at one point, and you have maybe some critique on the other hand, or not, and it clashes directly from all kinds of sides, and I'm too engaged in that, and so I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I just enjoy Star Wars on my own terms. If I don't like something, I just keep it to myself. And just I should just keep it to myself. I should keep it to myself. I still had some issues where I just post stuff, but now I need to shut up, just go off the Facebook, delete the app, and I just look at it at the computer from time to time, and I just no. But of course, for you guys, that's a different situation. If you want to chit chat about stuff, then I'm there. But I mean, not to browse the garbage stuff anymore. That just pollutes our minds with all kinds of stuff that don't matter. Laguna says, I'm always the bad person in the bad person group. Mindfulness is the key here. When you're aware of your state of mind, you can reflect it and make positive changes. Yeah, that's true. So that's why I like the real life stuff, like the live chats and just the chit chats, or the real in person stuff. I'm gonna work on value that more. So this whole new concept will be just me, a replacement iPhone, a better iPhone, um, doing the live streams through a certain app called Streamlabs, set up with Twitch and YouTube comments and some nice gadgety stuff, and just a MacBook Pro. I can go anywhere I want. I can make the live stream anywhere I want. I can make the videos and edit them anything I want. I'm not having to sit in home. I can meet up with people. We can do stuff together and have fun. And I want to be much more engaging on a personal, interactive way. if it can be in real life, that is even better, instead of being just on one end of this computer screen and uh, making non-stop review videos and just getting financial issues and whatnot. So yeah. Otto says it's a high school clique mentality, and constructive criticism has been misunderstood as a bitchy opinion. Everything you said on your channel were factual and unbiased. Yeah, that like I do get some comments still sometimes. Like, I'm not actively looking at all comments anymore for a while on YouTube, because I just had that whole period where I said no, I just need to take a break. But yeah, there's some really nasty comments at times flying by. I think, wow. But yeah, that's the internet. I mean, you need to have a bit of a thick skin, of course, because people can have a different opinion. But yeah, I mean, but actually some of the videos where I do have, like, I stress out some points, let's say, videos, I'm not gonna say anything if you like it or not, but I made some videos about saber forts, and I do see people, quite a bit of people, adding their 50 cent, like they're adding a constructive comment about what they like or don't like, what in their experiences. So I think these kind of videos do provide a little bit of an outlet for people that either feel the same, or they just feel like they have a different experience, and they just leave that as a feedback for other people to make their own mind and decision. So from that perspective, I'm pretty happy to see that that some of these videos do help with the interaction. Like, people do use it, and I see it sometimes reposted somewhere else and people talk about it, so I think that can be positive. But yeah. One thing I noticed, what made me really excited this whole weekend about Celebration, or last weekend, is the amount of custom lightsabers. um, I saw entire groups of people with custom lightsabers. I saw Vader's Bolt, Saber Force, Ultra Sabers, lightsabers. Um, it was really dope to see. I don't think I saw it as much as I saw it this year for Celebration. I'm not there physically, I see all the live streams, etc. I felt like there was a lot of people that actually now find their ways to custom lightsabers and actually purchasing them, more so than I saw them a few years ago, and that's really cool. I like that. I like that that it's becoming common knowledge that they can obtain custom lightsabers and not have to settle with the ones from the Hasbro or whatever Black Series lightsabers there are on the market. So that's really dope. That was really cool to see. That was really interesting to see all these people. Seeing, as I saw, I think Ellen from Vader's Vault with their new cross guard at some point in the video. I saw Shatil Shan. I think she used a Saber Fort set, but it was really dope that they used these kind of sets. I didn't see much people with their own PVC custom-made lightsabers anymore, so it was pretty cool. And you could clearly see who had the Ultra Sabers lightsabers in the video, because I think it's just the way the lighting is in those big conventions. But you could see the base LED, the LED, the base, and then shine only like this high, and then it was super dim on the rest of the blades, and I could like, oh, that's a 6 watt or 3 watts Ultra Sabers. You could easily make that up. And then the ones with NeoPixel, yeah, those were NeoPixel. You could easily see that. That's pretty dope. To just, I mean, that's a kind of a thing that I like to do now, like check who have what lightsaber and whatnot. When Eloy says, yo, no, I was stepping onto a new way in my life, and there's a lot going on now. I can't start what I love. I want to buy a latte, make sabers. Finally, I can make that one. Oh, that should, yeah, make what you want. That's awesome. You go for it. Go for it. That's awesome. Langunga says, take a Progo one and live stream a saber duo with your kids. Yeah, I do have the I do have a GoPro. The thing is, if I'm in Holland, I have an own garden. The garden will be directly on the back of my house, where I have actual Wi-Fi connectivity. If I go downstairs here in Hong Kong, I have to use an internet connection, which I'm using now, but the cellular connection to my phone, and it's just crap. I can't do it inside my house because it's super tiny. So all these things make me like super like restricted, feeling like I can't do anything here. But yeah, there will definitely be tried out in Holland. Also, on GoPro. So when I'm back in Holland, I will also have a strong focus on another hobby of mine. That will be paintball, competitive paintball. I just love that, and I will be traveling quite often to the UK and the rest of Europe to play competition. So, but that will be videos that I will make on the other YouTube channel. So I will not pollute that on this here. But that being said, it's like moving back to Holland allows me to get some things back that I used to do when I was still living there. Like I just have a certain lifestyle. I like to skate. I like to go to concerts. I like to hang out with these metalheads and punks, and I love to do the things that I like to do, which is not really common here in Hong Kong. It's nobody dresses up like a god or punk or metalheads. It's not happening. It's just people in Hong Kong, they're just not into it. They do have a few people that are into that kind of stuff, but they're not the same people. They're not that outgoing. So it's strange. But I just want to be like, I just like to be more myself again. When I'm back, I can be that. So I don't know why I said that, but train of thought lost here. But it's gonna give me a more creativity power back. Like I feel like I lost a lot here. Corporate life, living in confined space, busy. It's just not me. So yeah. Say, Otto says, Yoda would say, train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Yeah, that's true. That's true. How about the trailer for 9? Yep. Okay. So, and the Mandalorian series. Now, as I just said, episode 9 is gonna change my perception of episode 8. I don't like it now because of Luke Skywalker's death and Snoke's death and all the things that a lot of people have issues with episode 8, basically The Last Jedi. I think with episode 9 being such a good movie, such a fan-serving movie, answering some questions of episode 7 and 8, that on its own will be enough for me to have a different perspective on episode 8 going forward. And I will it will not be my top 3 movies, but it will be much higher than it is now, because I think it's now the lowest for me. I really can't watch it. I cannot bear to watch it because of Luke's death, etc. That probably will change, and I will appreciate that movie a lot more, and it will be enjoyable to watch for me. So that's what I like about the upcoming movie. The Mandalorian looks really good. I was afraid that it would look like The Flash. If you watch the TV show The Flash and you like it, I'm sorry that I said that, but The Flash looks so amateuristic to me, and the same with the other series. Was that with oh gosh, it's from Marvel, the Secret Service team, like Scarlet. It's not Scarlett Johansson, it's her character, but in the TV show, and it's so cringy for me. I just don't like how it's filmed. It looks super budgety. It doesn't look good. But the Mandalorian, from what I've seen so far, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, sorry, I can't. I really cannot watch that stuff. It just feels like watching, I don't know, how I say that, Bold and the Beautiful or something. I don't know. I just can't watch it. But yeah, the Mandalorian looks really cinematically set up. Like it looks really, really good. Like it almost looks like an extension of a movie. So I'm very excited for that. And of course, the new episodes for the Clone Wars. I feel a little bit skimmed out. It's only 12 episodes, so it's definitely like they throw us a bone, like a very nice, good tasting bone, but it's not a full season. But yet, hey, I'm happy. I'm also finished watching the uh, hmm, Resistance, and yeah, I don't know what to think about it. The cartoon style, I get through it. It's not horrible. It's not bad. Some of the characters in there, like Nico, it's funny, but yeah, I don't know. It was I don't think it's very good. It just the episodes are just mini episodes separately, and there's some sort of an arc in there. I know it's for kids, but it just yeah doesn't really work for me. Like Rebels was more kids orientated as well, but that one I found much more engaging. Like with the scene with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul is super epic and these kind of things, and Kanan getting blinded and Bendu etc. I don't know. I think Disney has to be a bit careful to not refrain too much from Force users and Jedi Sith to alienate, because if it's like too much like Rogue One and there's nothing with Jedi's and Sith in there, uh, that can for a certain extent of period of time and a certain scenario is perfectly fine for me. But if it's like a long dreaded series and there's nothing that tying in the iconical Sith, Jedi, Force users, the Force, or anything of that in there, then it becomes more generic. Like it could be any sci-fi cartoon, and that's what I have a little bit with this cartoon now. The whole racing on the platform that they have there, it didn't feel really doing a lot for the story. Like, yeah, it's cool, they race, and then I would expect that, I forgot his name, the main character lead, he would be the best racer, like he had to work his way up or something, but that really didn't come out. It's just, I don't know. I I don't know. And now that the Colossus is a spaceship, yeah, it doesn't. It didn't. It was not like the big surprise for me. It was like, okay, it's a big spaceship. Now what? Like I wasn't like, it didn't do anything for me. Unfortunately, it's not a bad cartoon on its own because of the art style. I don't hate on that. I think it's pretty interesting. It's watchable. It's not 100% my cup of tea, but it's not bad. Yeah. Anyway, um, Nerf. Oh, the Ludo Sports and Nerf community. I don't know, to be honest. I know Nerf community is huge because a lot of people like to modify their Nerf guns, etc. But yeah, I don't know. I never tried it or anything. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy. I'm good, and I'm here. I'm happy to hear you guys are okay as well. Minus, we're gonna reach out to you, Mike, and yeah, hopefully everything will be fine, of course. And I will be going to bed shortly because it's almost 12 o'clock here. I still have 2 days to work, and then I will be back for Eastern. So this couple of days I will do more live streams. I will just do these on the go live streams, so really raw, rough on the edges, no nice thumbnails, no fancy features in the app for now. But that will come. That will come. Just bear with me. I just in that whole time period of moving. And one thing I have to say before I end, I recently installed Battlefront 2 again. So if you guys want to play any Star Wars, not on the live stream, hook me up, because I tested it and it's way better now than when it was released. Like, for some reason the game works super good now. I can find servers easy. It's just way more fun to play than it was when we did the live streams. Not because of you guys with the live stream, but there were so many issues back then. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it's gonna be awesome. So one of the few things I'm definitely gonna do is review the Vader's NeoPixel lightsaber. I'm gonna talk about the stuff like these blinky lights and what I think about it, the NeoPixel blade block, and some features of this particular hilt, because this is, of course, the gosh. Sorry, my thought of train is gone. What is the name? This is the Vader's Vault Ardent Elite. See, I've been out of the picture a few months. I forget all the names. I never liked the Ardent Elite emitter, but with this emitter, it was a total game changer for me. But we will talk about it, because on its own, the whole body is of course the same. It's a pretty dope lightsaber. I got a comment here. Sorry, something happened with my chat. See, that's why we're gonna change that later on with the MacBook Pro, etc. It's gonna be way easier than what I have to do now. And there's my chat. So I bought the NeoPixel Mitsurugi. The blade is amazing. Oh, the Mitsurugi is so dope. Yeah, it's a really nice lightsaber. Very futuristic lightsaber. I would say it is definitely one of the most unique looking lightsabers that I've seen so far. It's just it's a really nice grip as well, because you have that oval tsuba. Really nice. I believe they restocked them again recently. And recently I saw a massive cracker deal. Like, somebody had a brand new Vader's Vault Revan lightsaber with NeoPixel, and I believe he sold it for $400 including the blade. He just want to get rid of it. Oh, that's one thing. Maybe we can talk about it next time as a topic. But trying to sell stuff on Facebook nowadays, lightsaber related, is a pain in the ass, and I think that has a pretty darn big impact on the second-hand market for custom lightsabers, or even the saber smiths trying to sell their products, because Facebook is blocking and flagging all these posts like a son of a gun. It's unheard. It's really hard to get your post up, a sales post with something lightsaber related. It's insane, and it's really scary how refined the Facebook's search or index engine is to basically identify everything. No. I tried it. I tried everything. I actually tried to get rid of this one before, because I wanted to have some cash and not having to take it with me back to Holland. Not that I really wanted it to sell, to be honest, but I thought it would be better if I go back to Holland. I removed the Shodo out of the name. I call this a fun stuff. I call it fun stuff. I say fun stuff. VV something, not saber, nothing blade. VV something, and then CS 4.5 NeoPixel stick, and custom weathering, and then just the pictures of the lightsaber. I think it was actually flagged on the pictures of the lightsabers. Then I added these smiley stickers half across it. Yeah, maybe they thought something adult or something. But I put the Facebook app stickers on the pictures, and it's still, every time it flagged it non-stop. Even if I posted it as a regular post, it somehow recognized some characters in there, or maybe the price, and it made it into a sales post automatically. So it's pretty tough now, man, to get something on Facebook to sell. It was a very good source to actually buy secondhand and sell like secondhand lightsabers. Not anymore. And I also noticed that off some of the side, in the paintball community, because these things like look like real guns. Well, not real guns, but they look like guns, and they have the same issue as people with custom lightsabers. So Facebook is cracking down like crazy on everything they deem a weapon of sorts. So yeah, that has a pretty massive impact, and I think maybe next time we can have like a whole discussion point about it. And that's a little bit the idea about these live streams, is just talk and just discuss these kind of fun stuff. And I need to bring back to life the what's that, Discord channel, because then we actually can use microphones as well and talk in conjunction. That is something that will happen with when I have the laptop, because then I use the microphone on the laptop, and this, you can hear it, noisy ass computer, you can hear the fans. I hate it. And what's the worst part is, it's already getting hot in Hong Kong, because it's spring, so soon I have to put on the air conditioning, and I hate that thing because it's like a meter away from me, and it makes so much noise, and it picks up by the camera or microphone, in microphone, not the camera, and you can hear that the whole time with the live streams. I absolutely hate. That's why it's crazy in Hong Kong, because I feel like I can't do this, I can't do that. I have to be quiet now, actually, because my son is sleeping upstairs because he's scared to sleep in the other bed. So this is the situation. It's just I don't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna hang up the phone, so to speak, and I will be making more videos. Yeah, pro tip: if you ever have a chance and you have like a snowy day and you're just bored, just make sure you have a few at home. Just pick them up cheap, have them at home. These are snap kits, kits, so you don't have to use glue. Everything snaps together, and you have some fun thing to do. It takes several hours to put them together per piece, and then you have a really cool character. And it's, you build all the little pieces, and it's gonna make you really appreciate the character. So we're gonna do that when it's snowing in Holland. We're gonna do that on the live streams. Anyway, may the force be with you as well, guys. And yeah, it's time to take a nappy. Bye bye. See you guys. Thanks for watching.